Well, today's pro bike is a very exciting one because this is the bike of 2017 Ironman World Champion Patrick Lange. This is his Canyon Speedmax CF SLX. Well, let's look at the frame first of all, because this is a thing of beauty. It's actually the 2019 version of the Canyon Speedmax, but obviously being a professional athlete for Canyon, gets to ride it pre-release. But this one does obviously have some customizations specific to Patrick. Being the 2017 Ironman World Champion, he's got a few World Championship references. He's got them on the stripes on the front forks. He's got the stripes that come down off the seat tube, blending into the World Championship stripes down the rear stay, which is a really nice touch. And then also on the top tube, Patrick Lange, Ironman World Champion. Now, it is worth noting actually, for the 2018 Ironman World Championships, he's going to be riding a different bike from the one that we are looking at right now, but it's going to be an exact replica. Everything is going to be switched over and set up in exactly the same way. So we can still look at this bike today and know exactly how he's going to be riding it for the Ironman World Championships this year. But the thing that is really interesting here is the amount of detail, the attention to detail that they've gone into and the customizations for Patrick. So first of all, let's take a look at the front end of the bike. So we've actually picked this bike up from Patrick pre-race at the Ironman World Championship. So he's been training on this bike for the last couple of weeks. So we are currently missing the hydration system, which would normally slot on the front here, and then also the storage system on the top tube for your gels and whatnot. He will obviously be putting that on for race day on the bike that he will be switching over to. But otherwise, this is a relatively standard setup for the 2019 version of the Speedmax. He's got the standard bars and the riser stack and base bar that you will find on the production model. But there's some quite big differences between the 2019 version and the 2018 version, because they've really thought about the aerodynamics here. So the riser stack coming up from the base bar to the aero bars and the elbow cups now are a lot narrower. So whereas before they used to come out wider beside the hydration system, now they're almost inside. So when the hydration system is slotted on, they'll be completely hidden from the wind and that'll flow straight into the storage box. So really neat touch. He's then using the S-bend aero bars. He's got this custom adapter which allows the aero bars to come up at this slight angle, and obviously also the elbow cups, which clearly suits Patrick, and we're seeing quite a lot on bikes these days. And also worth noting that Canyon come from a city called Koblenz in Germany, as do a company called Ergon that are closely linked with Canyon, and they also help to create the pads and the grips for Canyon. So we've got this foam padding on the end of the aero bars, which is quite unique, quite simple, but works really well. Got these grips on the base bar, which are designed specifically for the Speedmax. So it's a rubber grip, really nice and really clean as well, with the lines coming through with the wind. And then on the elbow cups, we've got this almost like rubberized foam that, yeah, it's quite thin, but it seems to work very well. Now, something we do know Patrick has been working very hard on is his aerodynamics and his position. Now you can see that with his aero bar setup where he's got them rocked in, so his fingers are almost together. So really quite like a tight and compact position that he's clearly got used to. But they're taking this one step further with something they are calling Project 101. We can't see it right now because it's not on this bike, but it will be on his bike for race day at the Ironman World Champs. And that is essentially a custom set of aero bars that he's designed in collaboration with his sponsor, Swisside. And this is some custom carbon aero bars, which are molded specifically to his forearm. So not only for comfort, but they say it could save somewhere around 5 watts. Okay, moving down and onto the wheels. Currently it's set up with the Swisside Hadron 485 wheels. Obviously, he's just training on this bike at the moment. For race day, he's going to switch out the wheels. Last year, he used the Swisside Hadron 800 wheels, which have a rim depth of 80 mil. He did say he feels like he was maybe chancing it a little bit last year, given the crosswinds you get in Hawaii. It was a very still day last year. So this year, he's probably going to opt for leaving the front wheel on, the 485, and then going for the 800 rear. In terms of the tyres, now this is interesting, he's using the tubeless Schwalbe tyres. Now they do say the Schwalbe 1. What that means is there is no inner tube within the tyre. They essentially look like a clincher tyre, but they are tubeless ready. He then runs a slime in there, so should he suffer a puncture mid-race, that slime will seal the hole, and hopefully stop him from having a puncture, which obviously is a very good option for the Ironman World Championships when it's such an important race. The wheel obviously also has to be tubeless ready. He is also riding 25mm front and rear, and he's going to be riding that for race day. And in terms of the braking for that, the Speedmax has integrated braking for the forks, so hidden in there, and then also under the bottom bracket with a nice shell, aero shell around the rear brake. But moving back and onto the componentry, and he's got a 55-42 tooth chainring setup, which is quite meaty, but given the course out here in Hawaii, it's quite flat and fast, so this should suit it really well. And then to go with that, we've got an 1128 cassette, which obviously is quite a nice range, but gives him that option should he need it going up to Harvey, which is a slight climb out here in Hawaii. And that is all run on a 9150 Shimano Dura Ace Di2 group set, which allows him to have the option of changing the gears on both the end of the aero bars and on the bull horns. But there's slight customization here, because you may have noticed already on the rear mech, we've got the Ceramic Speed OSPW jockey wheels, but with a difference, because this is the Victory OSPW jockey wheels, and that has this hollow design for the jockey wheels themselves, but then also the cage has been custom designed and painted by Ron Jones, a Pro Bike Design. And it's got this really nice shimmer to it, and there's actually only 25 of them available worldwide, with a price tag of just shy of $2,000 each. Ouch, yeah. Now going back to the crankset, and this is the SRM Power Meter crankset that has been designed in collaboration with Look. Now, we have featured this crankset before, and it's quite interesting because you can actually change the crank length on the actual cranks themselves. So it has an option of 170 all the way up to 175, and he's actually got it run at the lowest crank length, which is 170. And then on the end of that, he's got the Look Keo Blade pedals. And all of that is going to be connected on race day by that infamous white ceramic speed chain that we so often see on pro bikes. In fact, the whole bike is kitted out with ceramic speed bearings, or will be on his race bike for race day. He's going to be changing a few other things for race day. Obviously, we've already mentioned that he'll be adding his hydration system on the front. He'll have that bento box designed for his gels on the top tube. He's also going to be changing the bottle cage here. Obviously, he's just training at the moment, so he's just got standard bottle going in. But he will be having an aero bottle that fills that gap there. He's also got this rear hydration setup, which actually connects to the seat tube, which is quite smart rather than it coming off the saddle. It's also got a really neat storage system which is built into the Speedmax, and that is just in front of the seat post. So you can pull this up, and in there you've got your inner tube, and you can also slot a CO2 canister down the top tube. He's obviously broken the latch on this one, but we'll be getting a new one very soon. And then obviously he's got the Kobjoff 55 saddle, which is a saddle I used to ride quite a lot. I really like this one. It's got that split nose design, which allows you to sit quite far forward on the saddle, tilt your hips around, relieving that pressure and really allowing you to comfortably get into your aero bars. Now the Kobjoff has quite a long nose to it, which a lot of people like should they have to move around in their position on the bike. Well, that is Patrick Lange's Canyon Speedmax CF SLX, and I've got to be honest, I am very excited to see this Project 101 aero bar setup. Now, if you like this bike, hit that thumbs up button. If you'd like to see more videos from GTN, just click on the globe and subscribe. And if you'd like to see more pro bikes, why not head over to our pro bike playlist by clicking just down here. Or if you'd like to see how to improve your average speed on a triathlon bike, just click over there.